Lecture 5, Module 1, Measure Stage Part 2, First Pass Analysis. In this lecture, we will cover measure the process, and in this module, we will cover the first two items, first pass analysis and time series plots. Once we have decided what data types we need to collect, and after we have determined if our measurement systems are acceptable, we will begin to amass lots of data on our processes. It is then we will perform a first pass analysis and measure our process and basically compare it to our specifications and see where are we. This first pass analysis typically involves plotting our data using time series plots and histograms. Time series plots and histograms are the initial tools used in almost all Six Sigma projects. The time series plot is a sequence of data points of a process plotted at some uniform time interval, for example, every minute or every 10 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be, and below is a time series plot for some randomly generated data. This data appears to be from a stable process, as we see data points lie equally scattered on either side of the green line that was drawn about the average of this process. There are a variety of methods for analyzing data in a time series plot, including just a simple visual interrogation of the data. The following slide shows some time series plots that appear to have some issues. For example, this time series plot appears to have some data points that are much lower than the rest of the data. Why is that? What was happening at those points? Who was doing that? Who was taking those samples? This time series plot appears to show a change in the dispersion of the data points after about point 19. We also see that the average of the data points appears to change after about point 25 also. So what happened about that time frame? Was there a change in supplier? Was there a change in shifts perhaps? Was there a change in operator? Something happened that made the process shift or change. Possibly. This time series plot also appears to show a drift in the data after about point 25. So an upward trend is apparent, or appears to be apparent. The histogram below is a simple graph showing the distribution of the same time series plot data. A histogram is an estimate of the probability distribution of a continuous variable, and as you recall, this was invented in 1895 by Carl Pearson, which we discussed in Lecture 1. Now, Minitab plots the data that was presented in bins, or ranges of data, and plots the frequency of the members of each bin, showing them as bars. Below is a histogram of 100 points of data, which are contained in only 13 bins. So the frequency of any one area is based on how many data points are in that bin. You'll also notice that Minitab draws a normal curve around the data, and in this case the data appear to be fitting within that normal curve. However, there are some points sticking up here and there at the high end and low end, and also in between 100 and 104. Now this may be nothing, which it is because this was normally randomly generated data that should be a normal distribution. So this should be a normal looking curve. The analysis and statistical analysis of time series plots and histograms will be covered in depth in the analysis phase under graphical analysis.